What is going on, my modders? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time on the channel and you don't know what moddism is a religion of modding vehicles, but if you want to learn more about that and represent moddism to the world, be sure to go to moddism.com, link in the description below. So folks, today is the day. I know many of you have been waiting for this because as soon as I brought up this idea, we gained over 400 new subscribers. So it's safe to say, this might be a good series. Before we get started, here's a brief overview of what exactly this new series is. So I made a video on my TikTok and Instagram saying that you guys can send in your cars to the Moddism Instagram, which brings us to here today, where I will be rating your cars from 1 to 10, and of course the Moddism spin that sets this series apart from others. I will be giving my feedback on each and every car as to how I would have modded it. There's no hate, it's all up here, but I figured it'd be a cool idea because the whole ideology of Moddism is beauty and differences. Cool, now that everyone's caught up, let's get into it. Actually, one more thing. I just want to thank everyone that submitted their cars for the video. If you don't see your car in this video, be sure to DM Moddism a plus sign. That way it brings your message all the way up to the top. But long story short, I couldn't select every single car that we got. Either it didn't fit the criteria of lightly modded, or there were just way too many applicants. So those will most likely roll over to the next one. And if you do have to DM after 3 videos, I'm sorry to say it, but your car just didn't meet the criteria. But that's not to say your car will never be in the videos. Dip your toes into the modding world and then we can talk. Because guys, Moddism is here for the journey, not just the results. So in my lifetime, I'm definitely gonna witness a lot of cars go from stock to modded. But that's all I gotta preface the video with, so let's get into it. I will be looking at my iPad for reference photos, so I'm sorry if I don't make enough eye contact with y'all. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. Alright, so the first submission is from a Nathan Dean. Now, in case you guys didn't know, I personally love big wings. I was actually going to slap a big wing on my SI, but the one I wanted was custom. But I would definitely slap one like this on my SI. Taking a look at the front end, it's pretty simple. Well, I mean, from the factory, the temp gens are already a pretty busy car in front. But that is the reason why I like them so much. I think the reason I like big wings is because they're just so visible from the front. For me, I just think they balance out the car from the rear to the front. Fitment check, it looks like he's on some black 6 spokes. Pretty solid. So, for the first car rating, I will give Mr. Nathan a... I would say this is about a 7 or 8. Let's go with 7.5. So not only does he have the Type R front lip, but he also got the side skirts as well. Now if this were my car, I honestly wouldn't change too much. I would say just to complete the set, toss on the Type R rear diffuser. It would help the side skirts and the front lip flow so much better. Me personally, don't kill me, I'm not a fan of black wheels on my car. I think they look great on anyone else's car. I don't exactly know where that comes from, but I just think black wheels hides the beauty of it. Like for me, I had to look at his wheels for a couple seconds longer just because I wasn't sure if they were 5 or 6 spokes. They are 6. And a tiny small detail not necessary, but Badge Skins did send me over some reflectors that were smoked. I would recommend slapping those on the bottom reflectors just because they look super dope when it's blacked out. And as far as tail lights, my reason being is I just think blue and red kind of clash. Obviously, I know Spider-Man and Superman are those 2 colors, but you know, smoked or clear tail lights would work amazing on this car. Yeah, that's a really solid start. I like it. Ooh, got an order. But next up, we have a Corolla X SE. This is a hatchback and it was sent in by Air Builds. So, judging off the picture so far, it looks like we have over fenders with black accents, a black hood. If it's carbon, don't kill me, it's just really hard to tell from the picture. I could be wrong, but those look very similar to like the GR86 premium wheels. So that'd be really sick if they're swapped out. The front end looks super aggressive. It does remind me of like the 10th gen fangs of like the 370 Nismo. Looks like an aftermarket bash bar underneath. Okay, I want to say the hood is carbon, definitely not just black. So let's change that, carbon hood. Now looking at the rear, this kind of reminds me of like an EP3 Civic Si. It's like the hatchback one with the dash mounted shifter. Yeah, the diffuser with the dual exits, pretty solid. You know guys, I'm gonna give this one an 8. See guys, the way you can really pull off a nice looking car is the consistency. All around the car you have black accents left and right, top to bottom, and it looks really dope against the silver. To be quite honest with you guys, if I owned this car, yeah, I wouldn't change anything. But for the sake of content, we will boil it down to one thing. If I had to change something, it would probably be smoked or clear taillights. But this is a neutral color, so the red actually does work. So yeah, perfect as is. Next up, we got the homie Braylon. So he actually has 2 cars. He has one FRS and one BRZ. Looks like the BRZ has a Rocket Bunny front bumper on there. Got an aftermarket carbon hood. And then the FRS looks pretty OEM plus with a vented hood. I will say, just tossing the Rocket Bunny bumper on there without the rest of the kit, definitely unique. Ooh, snap. Carbon fenders too? Okay. Fitment's pretty solid. I'm not the type of person where you have to have perfect fitment, because I don't even have perfect. But I mean, to me, as long as the wheel gap isn't noticeable and your offset is lining up just with the fender, looks solid to me. And if we peek at the white one behind it, I can't tell if those are silver. It looks like a Stormtrooper build, white on white. I definitely like white on white cars. It's a very clean look. So, ratings for these cars. We'll go with the BRZ first. I would give this a 7. From what I could see, the body looks to be in good condition. They're just great canvases to work with. Now for the white one, I would give that a 7 as well. I think it looks clean, especially with the white wheels and the aftermarket hood. Now if I had to mod the BRZ. Hey, let me know if you can see a quality change, because I literally just dropped it to 1080. I realized I was filming in 4K, and with the previous video I edited, it ended up being 51 minutes, and I had to delete damn near everything on my iPad just to make it work. So from now on, we will be filming in 1080, but it really doesn't matter. Do I look that much different? But without further ado, let's get back to the program. So going with the BRZ first again, if I had to mod it differently, I like the hood, so I would keep that. Brayling, get ready, but don't worry, I'll be gentle. I respect and appreciate the fact that he did the Rocket Bunny bumper, but me personally, I think I like the FRS stock bumper more. Again, I actually do dig it on his car because we get to see his taste, but hey, that's the reason why we're filming this, right? Bam, see, we're already putting it to work right now. And other than that, I'd probably go with some lighter shade wheels, maybe silver or white. Again, just preference, but it does look great still. Now for the white one, the only thing I would do differently, yeah, just needs a little bit low, and you're solid already. It looks good. Maybe a little tint on the side marker. Not necessary, but I do think it would complement the vented hood. With the FRS, I would love to keep it simple with just some body kits, front lip, side skirt, etc. But overall, really solid lineup. Alright, so next up we have the homie Carlos. So this is his VB WRX. As you guys can see, he has the STI wing with the color match fenders, black wheels with the chrome lip. Is that a front mount I see? I see you got the splitter going on too. This one, I would say, yeah, I'd say 10 out of 10. 9 or 10 out of 10, but probably 10 out of 10. So in case you guys didn't know, he used to have some white wheels on here, and although I am biased with white wheels, I do think the black with the chrome looks a bit better. Black chrome combo always is solid because you definitely see the contrast. The black on the wheels definitely complements the front end, which a lot of people says looks like a 10th gen Civic, and I would say it 1000% does, but who knows, maybe that's the reason why I like it so much. Would I do anything differently? Nah. Also, he and I might end up meeting up together because I'm supposed to wrap his car, so future collab going. But yeah, anyway, aside from the cosmetics, the performance on this thing is pretty good. I hear it's actually the best for performance out of all the generations, and from his videos, I can see this one is pushing a good amount. Yeah, I'll give him the 10 out of 10. Pretty freaking nice. Alright, so next up is sent in by Katarina's Garage. So this is a 1981 Ford Mustang equipped with a 200 inline 6, T5 manual, and an A8 rear end with 355s. Started life as a C4 automatic with a 6 3/4 rear end. Seats are out of a 84 GT. Column is a tilt column from an 82 GT. Long tube dual exhaust header to be installed soon. Whew. Some other stuff done included Super Excel coil, Motorcraft 2100 carb to replace the Autolite 1 barrel from factory, and dual exhaust. Currently only makes 91 horsepower and 185 torque on the dyno. My goal is to outrun stock 87 and 93 Aero GT Mustangs. Wow, so this thing is really been messed with. That's solid. To be honest, I can do basic installs and such, but a project of this caliber, I could never tackle that, so major props for doing all of that work. It's definitely going to sound sick with the long tube headers. Man, this thing looks like a blast to drive. So let's get it out of the way. That power figure, you guys are probably fixating on that. To reiterate, 91 horsepower, 185 torque. I know with modern cars it might seem like that's super slow, but you guys gotta remember, this is a piece of history right here. It was produced during a time where faster cars like the ones we experience today would have been a dream back then. Well, fast cars did exist, but they weren't as obtainable as they are today. But my whole thing is about having a fun experience while driving, and it seems like the owner of this car is super happy, so I'm happy. Now, if I had to give this a rating, I would say this is like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I really appreciate all the work that was put into the car, especially because that's stuff I could never do. And I do like the rust spots on it. It gives it a very authentic look. Just like in Cars 2 when Mater was like, oh, I thought you were trying to remove my rust spots. Nah, it's character. Maybe the only thing I would do different is a paint job. But with this example, like I said, it's not an issue at all. It provides character. And if I were to see two of these, one like this and one freshly painted, that sight alone of the two same cars but two different looks, that's pretty cool if I'm being honest. Alright, so next entry was sent in by Sophia. This is really nice. Clears in the white wheels. Fuck cancer, yeah, fuck cancer indeed. Engine bay is all decked out with the Oni design too. Guys, I have to be honest, this is really freaking nice. With me, I'm pretty simple in the way I like my designs, which is why one of my favorite eras of my car was actually when it was bone stock with just white TEs and coils. This is definitely a very OEM plus build, and I'm all here for it. Yeah, everything about this is just clean all around. But we actually have a whole parts list to go off of this. ETS catback exhaust, ETS cold air intake, full launch edition interior swap, COG access port, Zensport grill kit, NKT 6Rs in 18 by 9.5 plus 35. Ooh, they're powder coated white, nice. Also 245 summer tires, Grimspeed bypass valve, Grimspeed radiator hose, Process West verticooler, ACT heavy duty race 6-putt clutch with the flywheel, chemical EG clean, Grimspeed 3-port boost controller, stage 2 91 tuned by Funk E-Built, ETS Gen C counted down pipe, OEM short shifter, beat rest shift knob with extension, clear tail lights, Teen Flex Z coilovers, Boomba PCV catch can, Rally Armor mud flaps, CB Speed Euro headlights. Ooh, no wonder why they look so nice. Sequential fog light bezel, CB Speed F1 brake light, 2-step paint correction. That makes a lot more sense now. Heron custom engine dress up kit. Wow. So, yeah, as you guys can see, it's a very OEM plus on the outside, but there is a lot of work done to it. I'm gonna have to say 10 out of 10 as well, man. The WXs have been on fire so far. Now, if I had to do anything differently, no, I probably wouldn't do anything different. It's perfect as is. The only thing I can think of is maybe including some front lip and side skirts, because that just, it does make it look nice, but of course without it, it looks perfectly fine. Man, you guys are on a roll. Alright, so next up we have an entry from Dirty Miata, and to my knowledge it looks like an NB. Ride height, really nice. Wheel choice, really nice. Is that a center mounted single exhaust? Interesting. Plus 5 horsepower sticker. Man, that's a must. I don't know what taillights those are, but that looks really good with the black. And from what I can see, the back of the interior looks pretty immaculate. Oh yeah, definitely an NB. That thing is low. It's nice. I gotta get a Miata someday for sure. So my official rating for this car is going to be an 8. The way it sits as is pretty freaking nice. I think the only thing I would add on is just, you know, front lip, side skirts, the usual. But all blacked out with the white wheels, I dig it. Alright, so next up we have an entry from the homie Tyler. So this is his K24A2 swapped full bolt-on K24, going for an OEM plus build. Well, you know me and Hondas, I love Hondas, and I do love Integras, so that of course means I love RSXs. He's still got the stock wheels on. I think he's lowered, and that's honestly what I would do as well, because the stock wheels on this car look amazing. I like the panda look going on in the front. It gives it some accents. Ooh, is that a little roof spoiler I see? And bang, got the hood pop. This thing is a beast. This guy, I actually met him through TikTok because he has really great mechanic videos. He does all the work on his car by himself, and I learned a lot. Super freaking nice guy, really down to earth. So my official rating for this K24 swapped RSX, I'm gonna go with 8.5. I love it, man. It's super dope. The stock body, the way it just comes from the factory, even with the Type R wing, it's so perfect. So in case you guys didn't know, I really want an Integra, but they get stolen often. And if I get one, I know I'm gonna want to make it look super nice. So the nicer I make it, the higher value target's gonna be. I feel like I should just pick up one of these instead. I don't know, guys. Should we boost the Type S? Now, if I had to do anything differently, maybe a little bit of paint matching. Yeah, the rear bumper and the front lip. The hood, I would leave that black as well. Unless it's carbon, then we'll say carbon, but you know, I can't see it from the pictures. I just think the color match would bring the whole kit together, and it would definitely make that white engine bay pop a lot more. Alright, so next entry was sent in by R27XST, aka Tom. Whoa. I can't even comment on what I'm looking at, like I can't tell you what car it is. I know it's a Ford, but unfortunately I'm just not too familiar with the models, so this will be a totally unbiased opinion. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say this thing is dope. It's unique for sure because I have never seen one of these before in my entire life. Slammed to the ground. I don't know if he's on coils or bags, but fitment is A1. Oh, he's on bags, yeah. Yeah, so he got the airbag set up in the back. Really freaking dope with the roll cage. And I like how instead of just wrapping the fender and hood, he went fender and roof but left the hood exposed. I think that looks a lot nicer. Oh, we got the works going on. Front lips, side skirts. Ooh, the rear end on this car is nice. Sparko racing seats. I really like the whole blue theme going on inside and out. Like I said, consistency is what brings a car together. Even the blue in the engine bay is really mint. Yeah, so for this car, I am gonna give 10 out of 10. I just think it looks dope, and considering how unique it is, it's definitely memorable. Would I do anything differently? Hell no. Alright, so next entry sent in by That Green Camry, aka Carson. We actually met recently, like a couple months ago at one of the Moddism car meets. Super dope guy. So when I first saw his car at the meet, I assumed it was a Chaser, and then I got up close and I saw that it was left-hand drive. So this is a Toyota Camry with the whole kit going on, and it's just missing the rear. The color is still the OEM color, and I think it looks amazing. I am a huge fan of green. And this is actually really dope to see because my first car was a 95 Lexus ES300. And if you guys didn't know, that's essentially what the Camry is, but like Lexus's version. And there was one point where I thought I was gonna keep that car for multiple years, so I was actually considering tossing a body kit on there, and it would have been this body kit. Now obviously I was a high schooler at the time, so my parents were like, nah, don't be wasting your money on that. If I had that car today and I had the funds to do so, I would have definitely done it. But yeah, kit is on point. I like the black wheels with the little chrome lip. I can't tell, are those over fenders or is that stock? But it looks good, the little arches. Got the LED headlights with the little halo in it. He doesn't have it on in the picture, but now he has a Moddism banner on there and it looks that much better. So rating time, I would give this a 7.5. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think this thing looks amazing. Now the only thing I would do differently, and I'm pretty sure he's already doing it, just needs the rear diffuser and then it'll be all complete. And then when it gets to that point, I would say 10 out of 10. Alright, so next entry is sent in by Baby Gonzo 620. So let's go over all the information that was provided. It's a 2004 350Z VIS Racing carbon fiber hood and hatch. Space Candy Lavender Dreams wrap. Looks freaking nice. Audon DSO2s and ACUiTY lift setup. DS Sports catback exhaust and ISR high flow cats. Oh yeah, I'll also mention that the owner said it's not much to look at. Stop the cat, man. This is so nice. Yeah, I like the kit you got going on here. First of all, nice color wrap and good quality. The carbon accents are a great contrast against the lighter wrap color. And the wheel choice is really solid. Fitment, pretty A1. This one is going to be another 10 out of 10. Would I do anything differently? Absolutely not. Alright, so next up is sent in by Chef C. Banks. Oh, interesting. Nice. So this is a 2014 Honda Accord LX. And going over the exterior, it looks like you got front canards, tow hook up front, front lip, side skirts, rear diffuser, a NRG big wing. Nice. To be honest, I would probably give this a 7.5, 8. Yeah, somewhere in between there. Well, first of all, I like this because you really don't see this type of build on these Accords. And it would have been a totally different story if the car was bone stock and he just slapped the wing on it and called it a day. But nah, he got the big wing, he got the rear diffuser, got the side skirts, front lip, got the canards, tire stickers, and some nice rays. I would probably just have black arrow, so front lip and side skirts all blacked out. As for the wing, it's a very small nitpicky thing of mine. I just prefer wings that have a wider base, you know what I'm saying? Like when the stands of the wing are further apart. Alright, so next entry is sent in by Philude. Hey, this is nice. So we have a 1997 Honda Prelude, and it's his first car. Teen Street Advanced coilovers, wheels, full exhaust SRS headers, and MagnaFlow muffler. New and bigger radiator, air intake, front and rear lip, side skirts. Next up is a LSD and ECU tuning. Right now it has the H22 VTEC, should be almost making 200 horsepower, but we'll see on the dyno. Oh man, this is nice. I like the shape of Preludes. I think they look really dope. And every time you see a modded Prelude, you just know the owner's gonna be chill. The yellow with the white wheels, it's definitely giving me that Type R vibe. I like it. If they had a Prelude Type R, this is how it would look. Smoke tail lights, I like that. The front end looks really nice. But yeah, the color matched lips and side skirts look really freaking dope. Clean ass engine bay. You know what, guys, you might be tired of hearing it, you might be thinking the system's rigged, but it is a 10 out of 10 for me. And I would not do a single thing differently. Really nice. Alright, so next up we got Modest Haldor. So we have a 94 Mustang GT, which was originally yellow. Got BC Racing coilovers, Stage Street clutch, smoked out headlights, saline body kit. That's why it looks good. MSD ignition system, long tube headers, and built motor pushing 300, 400 to the wheel. Hasn't been on the dyno yet, so he's not sure. Nice, man. I like what you got going on. Yeah, the smoke headlights definitely make a big difference. Is this saline or saline? Porsche, sue me. But anyway, the body kit looks really nice, and honestly, I like it a lot because it reminds me of Barricade from Transformers, which makes sense because he was this type of Mustang. Saline. That's a dope picture with his homie. I like it. The blue is really nice with the silver wheels. You know, after seeing that Mustang at Cali Creaming with the RPF ones, I really want to buy one and do like a JDM inspired build on it. I don't know, I might get a lot of hate for that, but I see a lot of potential. So for this one, I am going to give it a Let's go with a 7.5. Yeah. Now, would I do anything differently? Not really. I think everything looks good as is. Alright, so next up we got Angel Z Lens. I'm such an idiot. So that's the thing about reading off usernames. Sometimes you think it's a name, sometimes it's like a hidden meaning. Angel's Lens, not Angel Z Lens. Neck. Haha, this is solid. Alright, so we have a 2008 C350. It's got the fading chrome tint, carbon side skirts, had a lip but it was ripped off on the freeway. Same with the spoiler, some coils, has a muffler, and resonator delete. To be honest, bro, I wouldn't even trip about the wheels because the stock wheels on this look so sick. I would toss these on my car. I think fading chrome tint looks dope. I would get it. It's just, I'm so skeptical about getting pulled over. Man, to those who rock it, salutes to you. Hey, this is a dope ass picture underground. Shit, if I could get to a spot like that, I would do one in my car. I like the front lip and side skirts you got going on here. It looks really nice. To be honest, I would say this is like a 9 out of 10. Also, I wouldn't change a single thing about this car either. Nice job, man. Alright, so next entry was sent in by Bagged Wagon. I like this a lot. This is really nice. Okay, if I'm being honest, I kind of prefer the Wagon IS300 over the sedan. And this one with the whole kit and wide body on it, it just proves my own point to myself. Yeah, I like the kit going on. I like the side skirts. It has a little arrow hole. Wheels, dope as shit. But fitment, A1. Man, the side profile on this thing is so nice. Here's a little rear end action for y'all. Wait. Is that a M3 bumper? Whoa. I could be wrong, but I swear that looks like an M3 bumper at the bottom. This is so dope. Dude, check out the honeycomb rotors, man. So you got the airlift suspension. Yeah, if I saw this in a show, I would be taking a lot of pictures of it too. 10 out of 10. Now, I'm sure you're able to guess it. Would I do anything differently? No way, Jose. All around, this is just really clean. Alright, so our first truck on here. This was sent in by the real Cox 91B. So unfortunately, I don't know too much about trucks, so you're just gonna see my very uneducated opinion on this. I think the front end looks badass, especially with all those cables at the bottom. What's it? They got plants on the... Oh no, that's a watchman, my bad. I thought that was like a decoration. I was like, huh, interesting. But see, that's the thing. Even if it was like a patch of grass decoration, I wouldn't have even questioned it. I see you got the little spotlights over here above his hood. I don't know, I think it looks really sick. Man, that lift kit looks insane though. Again, I don't know much about trucks and the specs and such. So as is, I would say this is a 7.5 out of 10. Would I do anything differently? All you truckers might start cringing right now, but the only thing I can think of is like the lights on the roof, as well as like the snorkel tube on the side. Oh man, I probably just made y'all cringe. Maybe some wheels too, but yeah, he's probably working towards that. Really nice, I like the red. Alright, so next entry was sent in by FC2 Eric. I'm building up my nation of Civic homies. So we got a 10th gen sedan in the same color as my car. Oh man, that's the front lip I used to have. And then I destroyed it on the way back from Las Vegas. So in case you guys didn't know, those two little bars on the front lip, that pairs up with your daytime running lights as well as your turn signals. It was so sick and it looks dope too. But he got the open face grille with the silver wheels. And this one is static, I believe. Man, it's dope seeing these new generation Civics stand out. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Sorry, not 7. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I like it. It's very simple all around. Still turns my head. This one, I probably wouldn't do anything differently. Well, I have an SI, so, you know, you guys could say that, but in this scenario, I would probably keep it as is. Next entry was sent in by Hate Andreas with a 0, and it looks to me like we got a chaser here. Tour V? Nice. Man, that rear taillight just looks so similar to the S14s. Dang, look at that shotgun exhaust. You got the mismatched wheels, which leads me to believe, do you drift this, sir? The roof spoiler. Here's the front end. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I would say it's fairly OEM. Solid, dude. Alright, so for this one, I am going to give it a rating of 7 out of 10. I'm a JDM fanboy. I just think chasers look great. Actually, this kind of looks very similar to Carson's, especially with the black and chrome on the wheels. So the only thing I would do is probably just the front lip, and yeah, that'd be it. I would say with the front lip, it's gonna bring it up to like an 8.5, 9. But all I can say, I'm jealous because I don't have a chaser. The next entry was sent in by Green Vert SN95. So, going over the information provided, it's bored 30 over with forged internals and deep dish pistons with an 8-bolt Cobra crank, currently naturally aspirated. Bought the car when he was 17, now he's 26, still love the car as it came off the showroom floor. It's a 1996 Mustang GT, was automatic but he did a manual swap and rebuilt the transmission himself. Dang. Can I just say, it makes me so happy knowing that many of you still have your first cars and are modding it till this day. So exterior wise, this is a really clean example. All the Mustangs of this generation around my area all have really bad paint, super banged up, but this one looks brand new. Man, that motor is clean. Going off of context clues, he says currently naturally aspirated, so I assume we have plans to get it boosted in the future, but as is, I bet it sounds super sick. Dang, fresh coat of paint in the engine bay? Man, even the bottom of the car looks super spiffy. You know what, for this one, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I will always have a lot of respect for people that do their own work on the cars. Absolutely no shade to the people that go to a shop to get it done, because that's what I would do, but it's just the skills they have to be able to do it. It's pretty impressive. Now, if I had to change anything about this, it's 99% perfect. The only thing I could possibly think of would maybe be lowering it just a little bit. But other than that, this looks like a museum piece. Alright, so next up we got Dead Calvin's Acura TLX. Of course, he's got the beautiful Moddism banner on the front windshield. But this is a very OEM plus, keep it simple, stupid type of build. The front end looks pretty good as is. I like how he got the side skirts going on, and he's also on bags. To be honest, I would give this about an 8.5, 9. But that goes to show that some cars, you just gotta do minor touches. I feel like when you fix the fitment on any car, it just changes it that much more. Don't believe me? You could try it out with any car if you want. I will say, against the white car, black wheels do look good. So yeah, if I had to change anything about this, well, I couldn't think about anything. Oh, alright, we're pulling up the heavy hitters now. So, this is the homeboy Kaiju Monsters GTR. I remember when I first saw his car, he was still dialing in the fitment. Like, he made sure to not cut any corners, and it definitely shows. Of course, you got the front lip with the big ass wing in the back. Man, the R34 front end is so beautiful. Oh man, the different types of spoilers that he's trying out on his car is super dope. But check out that fitment, man, that is flush. Now, I can't give an exact number on how much it's pushing, but I know it's up there. Oh man, this has got to be my favorite angle of the car. Man, I really like that spoiler that he has on there. It goes really nice with the roof spoiler. So another thing I love about the homie boy is he also messes with Hondas. Cooler part is he'll toss on parts from other cars on, for example, an R34. Can't remember what that roof spoiler came off of, but I remember watching it and I was amazed that he just chose a custom piece. And I believe he did that before I put on a Subaru spoiler, but seeing him toss on some parts that were made for another car just inspired me to look towards other brands. And now I have a Honda Civic Si with a Subaru S204 spoiler on it. If you want to see pictures, be sure to follow me on Instagram. First name Quist, last name Ung. Oh lordy lord, the side profile shot on this is freaking mint. Yeah, I like the wheels on there, man. So Boyd's R34 GTR, I'm gonna have to say it's an 11 out of 10. For obvious reasons. Now, would I change anything? How could I, man? This dude literally perfected everything. Anyways, brother, super sick. Ooh, so next entry is sent in by Moki_GTIMX5. And it looks like we have a Toyota Sprinter on our hands. Man, this is tight. So he got the Brid seats inside. I don't know why it's pronounced Brid, but it does look like it says Bride. And those wheels are sick. I'm not entirely sure what color this is. It looks like it could be like a blue, like navy blue, maybe purple. But it definitely goes well with the bronze and the wheels. Overall, I would say this is like a 9. Literally nothing I can do differently about it. Wait, hold up, is that Josh right next to him? I think it is, man. You see that white S14 next to it? That's my homie Josh. So next submission is from BLIHOVEDE. Blihoved. Sorry if I butchered your name. But we have this Camry over here, and it's got some wheels. Paint though, that's in pretty immaculate condition, man. Is that a repaint? You got a nice spoiler on there. Alright, I would give it a 5.5 out of 10. I'm pretty sure he has plans on doing it in the future, but what I would do is lower it, either flush fitment or you want to stance it out, because Slammeries do look pretty sick. And I would probably just paint match the spoiler, maybe toss in some clear taillights. After all that said and done, it's going to be like a 7.5, 8. I like what you're doing. So next submission is from the_E39M5. There's actually one up the street from me. It looks really sick. So first we'll start off with the E39. Okay, you probably sensed it was coming. 10 out of 10. Wheel choice is really solid. It goes so well with the old retro look. And that fitment, A1, A1. BMW just knows how to make really great looking cars from the factory. And of course, I would not touch a single hair differently on this car. Now, the M2. Am I tripping or do I see a wing on the M2? If there is. But yeah, so it looks like he's got some wheels on there, some bronze wheels, they're really nice. Exterior wise, just like the E39, it's also pretty OEM. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if I were to mod it, I would probably toss a front lip on there. I do like those carbon fangs that they have on the F-Series. It's a cool, nice addition, but I think the carbon accents against the orange would make it pop a lot more. And it would also help it flow with the wing. If there even is a wing, because oh my god, I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I keep saying there's a wing, but there's not not a wing. But I swear, guys, I'm trying to look. I see the frame in the house, and I'm trying to see if it lines up. But it just lines up so perfectly with the car that it looks like a big wing. Let's just assume it is a wing. But yeah, that's basically all I do. Just front lip or like carbon accents. But other than that, really freaking solid lineup, brother. So guys, next submission is sent in by Supra Huang. So just going over the exterior, he got some vents on the fenders. Oh wait. Not the fenders, I forgot. On the Supras, the hood basically takes up like 50% of the fender. So it technically is a vented hood. But he has a carbon fiber fender, which is that little portion right there. You know, one of the cars I'm actually really excited about wrapping is the A90 Supra, specifically for that reason. It just looks like such a fun car to wrap. As for the front end, man, I wrapped the Type R bumper, that should be no issue. But hey, he got the front splitter, he got the side splitter along with the side skirts. Any car that has slow in their license plate is fast as shit. Oh man, those wheels, beefy. I'm gonna be honest, this might be the most perfect fitment that we've seen this whole video. Nice. Yeah, the rear end. Man, the quality of these pictures is insane. It's like the wallpapers I use for my green screen backgrounds. Oh yeah, and he tracks it too. Now before we give it a rating, I will go ahead and let you guys know all the things he's got done to it. Well, not all, there's still more, but he left it out. So, IBOC F&R, SPL solid diff mount, HKS height adjustable springs, HKS carbon intake, catless downpipe, DAW flow max turbo, EOS port injection, motive reflex, AEM meth kit, Varus rear diffuser, NKGT CO2, Battle Aero side skirts, MFR engineering front splitter, Sabre design hood louver, Battle Aero duckbill, AP Racing 9668 calipers, Paragon rotors, Motorsport hardware stud conversion, Blitz strut brace, CTS charge pipe, Ferris AOS, 1050cc injectors, Rex Speed carbon fenders, and they will be paint matched soon, CSF heat exchanger, Mad Trace paddles, and the rest is unknown. But yeah, it's definitely got the works inside and out. I have to be totally honest, Mark V Supras grew a lot on me within the past 2 years, and I've gotten to a point where I just think they look better than a Mark IV. Now, don't kill me or anything, I still want to own a Mark IV and a Mark V, but let's be real with ourselves, it's a damn good looking car. So my official rating is going to be, you guessed it, 10 out of 10. Would I change anything? Nah. Oh man, speak of the devil. So, the homie I was mentioning earlier, this next submission is from the homie Josh. So this is his S14 Zenki, and it is a factory manual. I believe he's sitting on some two-piece rays that he picked up for a steal. The car itself he picked up for an absolute steal. Funny story, I actually met him in the mountains one time. I was literally just filming my other homie Chris driving his WRX, and then Josh pulls up, and we ended up chopping it up. Super chill guy. Next thing you know, we're driving all throughout the mountains. Oh yeah, if you want to see proof of that, check out the boosted Toge S14 pulls up on us video. He had plans on boosting it actually, but I think something was wrong with the turbocharger, so hopefully in the future he decides to do that, because that would be super sick. So overall, I would have to give this a 8.5 out of 10. For as clean as 240s can be in this day and age, this is definitely on the nicer side. Would I do anything differently? See, a part of me wants to say rock a paint match spoiler, but at the same time, I would also rock a black spoiler. So technically, I wouldn't do anything differently. Josh, good shit. Haha, alright, next submission is sent in by the homeboy Matt. So we have this lapis blue WRX, I believe it is the premium. So he got the leather Recaros on the inside, super freaking dope. And factory Brembos. And of course he has the bronze TE37s in the dream spec, 18 by 9.5 plus 38. Man, I'm trying to get TEs in those specs in my car, but in white. So if I remember correctly, I believe that's a Subi Speed hood. And we actually installed the coilovers on there, but I can't remember what brand it is. But he is basically full bolt-on. I believe he can run ethanol. And if I remember correctly, he's pushing like damn near 300 to the wheel. It's definitely a fast-ass car. And it sounds good too. But the way it sits right now, he's going for an OEM Plus build, and it definitely looks like that. And then in the future, he's gonna go Varus, I believe the version 2. So that's the one that has the bumper and I believe retains the fenders. But the way it sits right now, I want to give it a 8.5, 9. Just because the paint's in really good condition, he takes great care of his car. I remember he gashed the bottom of the bumper and he got the entire bumper repainted for that. That's the type of love you want to show your car. But when he gets the Varus kit, dude, that's gonna be game changer. Hey, you got the navy blue Moddism sweater against the lapis blue. Oh hey, it's us in the reflection. Got my SI in the back when it had the white TEs and it was gray. Oh, it's a fun story about Matt. We had met a couple of years ago, and literally within meeting me the first time, he asked to get a banner so he could put it on his car. And years later, it's still on there, and now his car is modded. When we both started off, we were both bone stock. Well, I had the T37s in the weak specs, and I didn't have my spacers, I didn't have my coilovers. Literally, it was a funky looking car. But hey, years later we thugged it out. Now we both got some nice looking whips. Still repping Moddism. But hey, that's why I say we're here for the journey and not just the results. Now, if I had to do anything differently, Matt, you know who's coming. So we put coilovers on your car, my boy. What's with the wheel gap? We going lower? I think you should go lower. He every time I ask him, he says he doesn't want to go lower because he's too afraid to scratch it, but let's go lower. Matt, let me tell you something. Once you get that fitment dialed in, it's gonna be a 9. Once you get that Bears kit, it's gonna be a 12. I'm just messing with you. I still love your car, man. Whoa, what is this? Alright, guys, so next submission was sent in by Manuel Cocas. So, obviously, it's a Volkswagen, but what is not obvious to me is which model it is. So, we'll leave it at Volkswagen before I say some dumb shit and accidentally embarrass myself. But anyway, we got the yellow going on with the nice silver wheels. Hey, whatever this is, I really dig it. It's kind of like a Corolla hatchback, but a coupe version mixed with a GTI. Or in some ways, like an elongated Fiat Abarth. But yeah, whatever this is, it's really unique and really cool. But all around the car, it's hit with black accents, and I think it looks really great. Fitment is pretty damn good too. Oh man, his homie got a nice Golf R. So yeah, for this one, I want to go ahead and give it a 8.5, 9. I really like it. Would I do anything differently? Not really. I don't think it has a front lip currently on, but even without it looks pretty damn sick. Yeah, I can't come up with anything I would change. Ooh, Volkswagen love is real. So the next entry was submitted by H Manning 22, and this is a 1991 Mark II Polo with a van conversion. Coilovers, BBS wheels, full stainless exhaust with aftermarket cam and cylinder head with a tuned up ECU for higher RPMs. Man, this looks like a blast to drive. But so far from what I can tell, he got the nice wheels, the black and silver combo. Also, when I say silver and chrome and mix match the two, it's nothing to trip off of. If you're new to this channel, technicalities are something that I don't really worry about. Unless it's a teaching moment, then of course I will have to try to make sure I'm correct. But if we're just chopping up talking about cars, man, silver chrome, who cares? It looks good. Fitment is good. I like how the fenders have little over arches. I'm pretty sure that's stock too. Yeah, I kind of like the black bumpers on here. I feel like it would look a little bit odd if it was color matched, you know what I'm saying? In a way, it's like a slightly bigger EF Civic. But I like it. I want to give this a 7.5, 8. We'll give it an 8 out of 10. Would I do anything differently? Probably not. I'd rock it as is. I'd maybe mess around with some lighter colored wheels for the sake of it, but of course the black with the silver, like I said, does still pop. Oh man, another Volkswagen. So this was sent in by Miha_Bruman, and this is a 2009 VW Golf 5 with a 1.9 TDI engine. It makes 105 stock, and he has it on stage 2 with an Eibach Pro Kit, currently raised for the snow. Got some stickers, DPF delete, got some stuff under the hood like a more aggressive turbo sound and spool. Nice. Ooh, got a honeycomb design on here. So in case you guys didn't know, which probably you didn't know because I've actually never talked about Golfs, I like Golfs. Not so much for the looks, I just think they're really good, practical, fast cars. So for this one, I will give it a rating of 6.5. What I would do differently is I would keep the honeycomb on there because I like that, it's unique. And as mentioned earlier, he is raised for the snow, but I would lower it. In my normal conditions, we don't have snow here, so I would lower it. I'd probably toss on some silver. I do like white wheels, but in this scenario, I think some silver wheels would look great against the red. Maybe some NTO3s, and you should be golden from there. Alright, so next submission is from Josh Orangelo. This is a 2015 WRX STI, slightly modified, has the white line anti-roll bar, front and rear as well. White line lowering coils, 25mm squat drop. Has a Remark axle back stock mid pipe, custom downpipe with sports cat. It's attached to his twin scroll billet turbo. Not sure what size it is. Crowning jewel of the car is the engine. It's EJ257 from the same age STI, but it's closed deck, fully forged bottom, top end, with ported and polished head. All of this put out over 400 horsepower to the crank. The cool thing about that is we know everything that was done to this car, right? But when you look at the exterior, it just looks like a bone stock STI. Talk about a sleeper, man. That's crazy. You know, stock STIs, I really like the exterior, so we will give this a 8 out of 10. The only thing I would do differently is just toss some front lips, side skirts, rear diffuser on there, just because I think it looks really nice. It's like the treatment the Type R got from the factory, but to the STI. And the only other thing I would maybe change is just the wheels. In this scenario, you could rock silver, gold, bronze, you know, any other color works with white because it is a neutral color. I would probably consider either silver or bronze wheels in this scenario, maybe white, but the black does look sick, gives it a panda look. Also, I got a homie named Gabe with the Bug-Eye WRX. He has a carbon hood, so I could definitely see some parts of this car being black accented or carbon accented to give it a panda look. But overall, really solid, man. I like what you got going on in the engine bay. So, next submission is from Basavias, and from what I could tell, we have a boosted EG. I could be wrong, but is that a K swap? It's hard to tell for me sometimes, but I think K motors are a bit tall. Because I've seen some people install them and they had to lower the motor so that it didn't hit the hood. But check out that fat ass turbo on the bottom right there. Ooh, rear end looking nice with the little roof spoiler. Playing it simple with the RPF ones. I like it, I like it. Oh, nice. I think the white looks good too. Man, this is a really nice looking car. So if I had to rate it, I would give this a 8.5. You know me, I love my Hondas. I am biased as crap. I think EGs and EKs look amazing. Plus he's lowered, got nice wheels, got a front splitter, got a roof spoiler. And he's boosted, man. Like, what more do you want? Good shit, dude. Oh my god. Whoa, so this crazy submission was done by Mickey G_72. He said, be as disrespectful as you want, but man, I'm intimidated by just looking at this. This is freaking insane. It looks like something that runs your nightmares. And I'm not even saying this to be disrespectful. This is literally such a badass looking car. But one thing I'm curious about is what it looks like from the driver's seat, because it does look like it's sitting up a bit high. We even got a sound clip of it too. Here, I'll put it on the screen. If I heard that pulling up behind me, I would shit myself. I would love to experience being a passenger in that car. Seriously, dude, it looks like a freaking airplane in the engine bay. It definitely looks like it costs a lot of money and labor to do. So with that being said, props for getting it done, because that's freaking dope. So, my official rating for this car is going to be a 9. I really like the exterior of it, it's very clean, but of course the main focus of this is in the engine bay, and I think that is a sick ass setup. Would I do anything differently? Hell nah, because I don't even know where to start. Man, this is sick. Okay, so next submission is from Brown Skin Kid. First, let's go over the information that we were provided. Currently on BC Racing BR Series with a white line front sway bar, Megan Racing strap bar with 335i front calipers and stainless steel braided lines. Currently going to install stage 3 manifold off a 330i along with the 335i oil cooler and bunch of maintenance. And the final goal for this car is to have it handle corners like an M3. So looking at the exterior of this car, it's very unsuspecting, which is great because, you know, it's a BMW and they look great from the factory. But the fitment is looking good, my boy. I'm not sure how the torque is. Maybe that's why it's raised a little in the back. But sometimes on a rear wheel drive, that shit will kick down if it has a lot of torque. But yeah, I think exterior wise, this looks really solid. So in its current state of mind, I would say this is a... I would give this an 8. Yeah, it's really solid. I like it. Even on the stock wheels just look great, and I don't even see a single thing of curb rash, so good job, man. Now, things I would do differently. I wouldn't mind rocking it as is. It looks pretty good, but same thing I always say, guys. Maybe a front lip and side skirts. Other than that, really freaking solid, dude. Oh man, more Beamers, hell yeah. So this next entry was submitted by 702 Dialed Rider. And right now we're taking a look at his F82 M4. It's my favorite generation of M4. Chilling on some nice silver wheels. The exterior is absolutely bone stock. Ooh, this is a sick shot. Yeah, the fitment looks great. I love the wide arches that the M's have. Of course, it got the little carbon fiber duckbill on there. I like that, nice touch. Taillights looking insane. There's just something about F-Series M's, bro. Like the bumpers on here are so nice. Hey, I like his license plate, Ligma. This, I would give it a... Is it a 10 out of 10? I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I would do, you guessed it, probably a carbon fiber front lip. But the way it sits today, beautiful. Now for his other car, it's an upgraded turbo 335i. Now the E90 335i's are super sick. But yeah, once you take care of the problems that this car has, it's really great for building power. Unfortunately, I don't have that type of money for the maintenance alone, so this will have to wait for me. But exterior wise, it's pretty OEM plus. It has the carbon trunk in there with the high end. You know, for this one, I will have to rate it a 8 out of 10. I wouldn't mind rocking it as is because it looks pretty dope, but you know, front lip, side skirts, still adds. Still nice touches. That is a solid lineup though. 335i with the upgraded turbo and F82 M4. Alright, so next up we have an Audi S4 submitted by Colin Wren. You wouldn't happen to know Sabine Wren, would you? Now, just like BMWs, these cars are really great looking from the factory. Actually, come to think of it, I think a lot of European manufacturers just make really nice looking cars from the factory. And to be honest, a big part of it has to do with the wheel choices they give. I love my Hondas, but a lot of the stock wheels, unless they're the Type R wheels. Or the Type S wheels. GSR blades too. Okay, I changed my answer. Old school Honda wheels look good. New school Honda wheels, not feeling it. Like specifically my 2018 SI stocks were horrendous. There's so much going on that I couldn't even tell you what the design actually was. But with this car, they're playing it simple with the 5-spoke. And of course, it is an Audi, so it's great with tuning. For as sporty as these cars drive, they definitely look super classy. So as is, I would probably give this like an 8 as well. I don't think I would really change anything. Alright, so next up is the homie Ronnie, aka Wise UCF. So if I'm correct, I believe this is a 91 LS400. If I'm wrong, don't kill me. Well, one thing's for sure, it's by far my favorite looking LS400. You just don't really see them in black too often. But it looks good chilling on the black 3-piece wheels with the chrome lips. Got some good fitment on there. He's actually going to try to go lower with some more camber. But these wheels are also really sick. Watching Ronnie's car drive on the freeway is like watching a boat just glide across water. It's such a smooth driving car. Spiffy. Now, as for my rating, I would give this a... You nervous, Ronnie? You sweating? I'd give it a 9 out of 10, yeah. Would I change anything on there? Absolutely not. Ronnie built it to his taste, and because I like it, I guess his taste is my taste now. Good shit, brother. Oh man. So these next submissions, these are pretty cool actually. It's 2 cars. One is a Subaru WRX hatchback. The other is a Hyundai Veloster. The WRX belongs to my homie Derek, and the Veloster belongs to my homie Mason. They drove up from Sonoma County. I'm over in San Francisco for reference. And when I first met them, he was telling me the rundown how they had always planned to build twin cars, which is why you have 2 black hatchbacks with white wheels. And literally that same meet, we installed banners on both of their cars. Also on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, they're a super dope group of guys, and I've been seeing them at every single car meet since. You gotta love the community. For my family car, I'm gonna have a STI hatchback. So y'all already know I'm in love with the look of this car. He's actually gonna be going wide body very soon. And I don't know what specific mods he got going under the hood, but I think he's pushing at least like 350, 370 to the wheel. Way freaking faster than my car. And it sounds damn good. And of course, you got the nice white wheels with the good fitment. For this, I will go ahead and give him a 8 out of 10. And then when we see with the body kit, it's probably gonna be a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't do a single thing differently on this car. Now for Mason's Veloster, overall it's a very simple build so far. Lowered, got nice wheels. I'm pretty sure he has plans to be pushing a lot of power, but it's definitely a slept on chassis, and I think it's a good looking car. You know, they actually have 3 doors. For this one, I would rate it an 8 out of 10 as well. I like it. And just like Derek's WRX, I wouldn't touch a single thing on Mason's car either. But man, 2 best friends with twin cars, ain't that sick? Oh, alright folks, just taking a little break because we're about to wrap things up. Couple more cars, but before we get to them, I hope you guys have been enjoying this new series so far. This is the first and definitely not the last time we'll be filming these types of videos, because I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoy being able to engage with you guys. Technically, I haven't even engaged with you guys right now. I'm just engaging to my Sony ZV-1. But whenever I upload the videos and the comments start rolling in and I get to talk to you guys and see what you guys have to say, it's so amazing. And also, be sure to comment down below which one was your favorite car so far. Oh man, I'm about to stretch. I've been sitting here for a minute. Man, y'all should get some Moddism pump covers. Anyway, getting back to the program. So next submission is from Poco1784, and this is a NA Miata with some over fenders. Got some big boy wheels on here. Man, that duckbill is aggressive. This thing looks good, man, especially when it's lowered. It kind of reminds me of OMG Miatas in a way. Actually, this is really freaking nice, man. In the middle of the car, you know, the trunk, the roof, the hood, you got that whole black going consistently from front to back. And that's complementing the over fenders, which are also black. I don't know what type of wheels those are, but they look really sick, man. The silhouette of this car just looks so different from the stock NA Miata now. I really love how the duckbill flows well with the pop-up headlights. Of course, he has those tiny mirrors that I really want, but my car's too giant to slap it on, so I gotta wait till I get a 90s car. So, my official rating for this NA Miata, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 8 out of 10 as well. I think it looks really sick, and honestly, it's pushing me more and more to go buy a Miata, which will happen for sure someday, folks, mark my words. Would I change anything on this car? Absolutely not, guys, but of course, if you wanted to, you could go with the front lip. The way it sits right now, absolutely beautiful. And for the very last submission on this episode of the newest series, what should we call this series, by the way? You know what, let's call it Modest Mentality. But anyway, for the very last submission on episode 1 of Modest Mentality, this was sent in by Jagger114, and it's a V8 Falcon Ute that's lowered in tune, has a 3.5 twin catback straight pipe. If I had to explain this to my child self back then, I would say this looks like a truck version of a Mustang. It's really sick, actually. The yellow with the black accents looks super sick, and it's paint matched all the way around, even to that rear spoiler, which I like. The wheel choice is solid, and I do like how it's different sizes in the front and back, so it's not squared. The front bumper with the headlights kind of reminds me of the facelift RSX, because you know it has those little divots. Now, for my official rating of this car, I would love to hear this. I bet that V8 sounds sick. I don't know what it is about trucks like this. I don't know anything about it, but they're just so good looking to me. So if I had to give this a rating, this would be a 10 out of 10 for me. I like it a lot, I really do. If I had to do anything differently, I wouldn't touch a thing on this, man. You're doing a good job. Really freaking solid. Looks like a dope car to cruise in. But boys and girls, that is gonna bring us to the end of the newest series, Modest Mentality. I had a blast looking at all the cars that you guys submitted. My personal favorite's gonna have to be Boyard's R34. I'm a fanboy, I know. Now, I know the series was created to show the beauty and differences, but sometimes people just make their cars so good looking that others can't even fix it, because there's nothing to fix. Now, of course, if you want to see your car on the next episode, don't forget to DM your car to the Moddism Instagram. And if you already have, don't forget to send us a plus sign to send your message back to the top. We are receiving hundreds of submissions, so I'm sorry that we won't be able to respond to every single one of them. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been on a YouTube grind lately. Like, I literally uploaded 2 vlogs back to back, which I had never done before. And I haven't even filmed for TikTok, but I gotta say, I'm really enjoying long style content. As for what will be coming up next in the near future, there is a upcoming ham meet on the 17th, which I will be attending, so of course I'll be vlogging there. Moddism will be hosting the last meet of the car year on December 30th. If you want to see the official flyer, be sure to follow the Moddism Instagram account. We will post it there very soon. And then in January, we're going to be throwing a car meet on the 6th as well as the 27th. The 27th is actually going to be a mega meet. It's like a huge collab with a bunch of other local car groups and businesses. But if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, huge shout outs. Thank you so much for your love and support. The Moddism community never disappoints, so keep on doing what you guys are doing. And in case you guys missed it, we did restock our banners and flight tags on the Moddism store, so if you don't want to miss out on that, now is your chance to grab it. And in other news, we'll be releasing this hoodie in January. On the front, we got a boost gauge, and on the back, we got the in-boost, we believe, RX-7, with of course a Moddism tarp ski. And on my sample, the headlight is closed, but on the general release, the pop-ups will be open. We will be offering them in limited quantities, so if you don't want to miss out on that, be sure to follow the Moddism Instagram to stay up to date with all our merch releases and meets. And even though the hoodie's not out yet, you can still check out the Moddism store, because I guarantee you'll find at least 1 or 2 items that you'll fall in love with. But of course, don't take my word for it. Go check out moddism.com for yourself, link in description. But my modest dad is going to go ahead and close up the very first episode of Modest Mentality. Before I leave you guys, I want you to always remember to show love. Even if a car is not your taste, you don't have to spew out bad opinions. Oh, and I hope you know, everything I said today was genuine. That's literally the way I look at cars in real life. You want proof? You should come out to the next Moddism car meet. But my modest dad is going to go ahead and wrap up the video. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll catch you guys soon.